You laid it out well, Gretch. Now to another fight. It's exactly 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. California voters head to the polls and will vote on whether to legalize marijuana, pot. But it might not even matter when the people decide or what the people decide. Just recently, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder weighed in. He announced his opposition to Prop 19. He said, quote, regardless of the passage, the Department of Justice will remain firmly committed to enforcing the Controlled Substances Act in all states. So with that announcement, should the fight for Prop 19 go on? With us right now is the campaign manager for No on Prop 19, Tim Rosales, and Alex Crete, an associate professor at the Thomas Jefferson School of Law. So, Alex, you want to see this pass, but why bother if the feds are just going to shut it down?
Well, I think this announcement really doesn't mean anything for California voters. Prop 19 is about letting Californians put our state resources where they belong, deciding to shift the $1 billion we're spending every year enforcing failed marijuana prohibition in the state to let our police enforce offenses against violent crimes. And regardless of what the federal government does, Prop 19 will still allow California voters to use our tax dollars wisely.
So the Attorney General, Tim, says, I think I'm totally against this. We're going to enforce it. But look, in practicality, the federal government can't afford to enforce laws in every house through California.
Well, yeah, I think it shows one thing. Again, you've got Proposition 19 won't bring any revenue to the state. That's been proven and clear. The next thing is it's going to increase drug drivers on our streets. And here, the final 3 strikes and you're out for Proposition 19 is every major political leader, Republican and Democrat, has come out opposing Proposition 19. And again, it could cost California billions of dollars in defense contracts, and Alex knows that, with a large defense contract industry in San Diego, billions of dollars in federal education funding.
So, Tim, are you saying the federal government will say, will they say, I'm going to pull these contracts from the state of California if you don't comply with my rule? Is that what you're saying, Tim?
Well, according to federal drug-free workplace requirements, any business or educational institution that gets over $100,000 in federal contracts from the government has to comply with federal drug-free workplace requirements. And the California Chamber of Commerce has said any California business or educational institution won't be able to do this under Proposition 19.
So let's look at the polls right now. And I'll tell you, Alex, you got a tough fight here. Those in favor of Prop 19, 43%. Opposed 53%. This will hurt your cause even more, knowing Eric Holder's against it, don't you think?
Well, with that poll, I think, is an outlier. I mean, if you look at the most polls show that Prop 19 is ahead slightly in the low 50s. So, I think Prop 19 is pretty well positioned. And in terms of Attorney General Holder's letter, I really don't think it's going to have much effect either way. And I've got to correct the record here. Tim, with respect, he knows that it's just not true that Prop 19 is going to have an impact in terms of the Drug-Free Workplace Act. Nothing in Prop 19 will prevent employers from complying with the Drug-Free Workplace Act or jeopardize drug-free workplace grants. So that is just simply
well, the
not
California
true.
Chamber of Commerce disagrees with you, Alex, and I'll take their word about that over yours.
Tim Rosales, Alex Crete, an interesting fight, which is going to culminate in a couple of weeks. It's going to be interesting. Tim and Alex, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Weigh in. Who's right? Friends of FoxNews.com.